Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome to 2022. And cheers. In traditional KJ fashion, I am here to point out the bullshit, to call out the hypocrisy of the world. And what I am going to do first and foremost in 2022 is point out the problems with media in 2021. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to fact check the media for 2021. This is your media fact check rewind. Hold on to your ass. You call it media. I call it misleadia. And this, in 2021, the media was spinning out of control, and I could not take my eyes off this train wreck. Those lions, sons of, were forced to correct multiple misleading or fake news stories. The bandwagon jumping and badly reported news stories left America with an overdrafted joint account with media mistrust. We're about to briefly touch upon some of the most egregious and negligent stories as seen on foxnews.com. At number 10, we have the Michaela Bryant attack and then subsequent shooting. So, Michaela Bryant was shot by police while yielding a knife, and actively attempting to stab another woman. Unarmed, the other woman was, when Michaela Bryant was shot by a police officer. So, one outlet even edited the 911 call, omitting the part where the caller said somebody was wielding a knife and trying to stab other people. Many media outlets and personalities of the TV decided that they were going to make it out to be a schoolyard fight with a knife, actively stabbing another. That's not any schoolyard fight that I used to be in. And we threw bows. We are Gen X. We didn't talk shit. I absolutely could name those misleadia outlets, but I think we all know who they are. MSNBC, CNN, ABC. Come on now. Coming in strong at number 9, don't count my fingers because that wasn't right, we have the fake single mom story, as seen on CNN in August of 2021. CNN spotlighted a woman named Deja Kelly claiming she was a single mom with 3 kids, concerned of eviction and because of the expired moratorium, aka people getting away with not paying their rent. The network advertised her GoFundMe that raised like $230,000. Shortly after, Kelly confirmed that she was not a single mother, and she was actually the girlfriend of the father. Clout? Money? Oh my God, CNN, fake story, what? We got a strong number 8 contender at the Lincoln Project. Now, if you don't know who the Lincoln Project is, please look that up, or I can do a whole nother video on that too. But the Lincoln Project admitted to a white supreme stunt against Glenn Youngkin. If you don't know who he is, he's the one that took Virginia away from the Democrats just recently. NBC reported a post of a photo of 5 people dressed like, khakis, white shirts, like the far right people, in front of Youngkin's campaign bus to stir up conflict. The Lincoln Project then confessed that it was them. But hey, psst, he fucking won the election. Fake crime notwithstanding. Oh, we can't forget number 7. It was huge. It was the media misleads people on ivermectin, saying it was some kind of horse drug and it was never used for humans and blah, 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 45 this, 45 that. It's widely used in both humans and animals, and the people that said that were obviously conspiracy theorists, of course. But before looking it up, they pushed a false story on the news about patients overrunning hospitals over ivermectin overdoses. False! We can't forget those bastards on 60 Minutes versus Ron DeSantis in April. Aired a deceptively edited video clip that they had known about. He called them out on it on national TV. It was a big thing. CBS. Haha. Let's go right into number 5, where we have the border agents whipping migrants coming across their border in September. A photo of border agents steering horses with their reins was spun by many, many, many ignorant people, figureheads, all that crap as they entered our country in mass quantities. These people wreaking havoc over our whole country. Nevertheless, even though they don't carry whips, all this fake news was going on about them having whips, and they had an investigation going well into October over this fake whip story. More money flying around in the air over shit that didn't need to happen. Now we have the Rittenhouse trial. We all know what the media did with this Rittenhouse thing. Listen, they said he crossed state lines. They set up this narrative that Kyle was a white supremacist, and that he was shooting helpless protesters even after his acquittal. And after all those facts came out in trial, doubled down on the dumb and the bullshit and the ignorance, false claims of white supremacy, but they didn't even think it was important to tell the truth, which could be the only thing going to stop them from getting their asses held accountable to them and handed to them by Kyle himself. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the only thing that's going to stop the media from this fake shit, is if people hold them accountable. They've already had to pay one young man a ton of money. Second young man's going to get a ton of money, and they're going to learn their goddamn lesson. I hope somebody has a lot of money to keep funding this shit. The most expensive clown show ever comes in at number 3 with the Russian dossier. You know what? I can't even. November was downplayed on the media that the dossier wasn't true. So this whole investigation went on. Everybody talked about the dossier and what the dossier this, the dossier that. The dossier wasn't even freaking true. And then when it came out in November that it wasn't true, the media downplayed it. Downplayed the fact that it was made up. Time, resources, freaking wasted. Months and months and months of a witch hunt. Fake. False statements made to the FBI, the Washington Post. Nothing to see here, says the Washington Post. Gotta listen to them. And number 2 on our 2021 Fact Check Media Rewind is when the media doubled down on the fact that CRT was not taught in schools. So they were debating for months. People were ripping each other apart on social media, taking each other's heads off through their keyboards about the matter. School board meetings quite literally were declared war zones. Coming home, kids were coming home with fears. They were being segregated. Parents were becoming more concerned of this ridiculous and this white hate bullshit that I can't even with it. But these kids were made to feel a horrible, horrible way for something that happened 400 years ago that they don't even know about yet. So it was ridiculous. And although it wasn't called CRT in the curriculums, it was woven in there. And it got shown when Glenn Youngkin won the VA election and proved that it was in the curriculum, not named CRT, but segregation nonetheless. CNN still continues to spew the bullshit, but we can't expect anything less from them, can we? And the number 1 media fact check that we have in 2021 is inflation. Downplayed by the media, our 6.8% inflation, the most in 40 years, mind you, the media is dismissing it. Inflation, it's not even touching their pockets. No, they don't even feel it at all. They even argue its benefits. And how the leader of this free world has no accountability for it at all. Not his fault. Christmas shortages are a gift, Americans! And these people even blamed Americans for the supply chain issues. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the media train wreck that was 2021 and the fact check rewind within. Thank you very much for spending 10 minutes with me. I'm sorry it was so long, but I'm back to YouTube doing a new thing and a little bit more of a deep dive situation. So if you want to know what's going on in a deep dive situation, more than I can tell you in 1 or 3 minutes on TikTok, then go ahead and subscribe or press the button if you want to know about when I post, or don't. I don't really care. This is my own journal, but have a great day. Be good to each other because the world is a vampire.